In this video, we're going to cover resume length. How long should your resume be? Now, when I've helped people with their resumes, I have, up until now, I've always gotten them down to one page. And so we can see with Alan's resume, I've gotten it down to one page. However, if you're thinking about how long should my resume be, my advice to you is to try to find someone in your industry that can give you targeted advice about your resume length. If you're a data analyst and you're working in traditional corporate environments with, let's say, like 1 to 2 years, or I don't know, 1 to 5 years per position, this is one where I think a one-page resume length is going to be appropriate. However, you might find in other industries it's different. For example, if you're working in the fine arts as a music professor at universities, it could be that a 20-page resume listing out all of your composition experience, all of these different shows that you've gone to, or that you've you played at, I should say, listing out all the instruments that you've worked with, lots of detail, that could be appropriate. I don't know for sure. And so I'd recommend reaching out to somebody in your industry to figure out what's appropriate. What I will say is that if you go to an interview with a one-page resume and they're expecting a 20-page resume, that's not going to look good. If you show up to an interview with a 20-page resume and they're expecting a one-page resume, maybe a 1 to 2 page resume, that's also not going to look good. So try to get some advice from what you might call an expert in the in your field, somebody who knows what they're talking about, that has experience with this, who can tell you like, yeah, it's really important that you have this this big showcase of all your experience, or maybe if you've been in a director or manager position for a while, maybe they want to, like, it's more normal and appropriate to have your resume go on to 2 or 3 pages. But for me, I've always, up until now, I've always gotten the resumes down to one page. And I think there's a couple benefits to that. One is that it's easily shareable if it's one page. So, it's easy to quickly scan through it and look at it. If you have like a 5-page resume, that's can get kind of overwhelming to look through, and someone might pick it up, start, and then stop. So it's easily shareable, easy to skim through, and maybe the biggest benefit is that it's forcing you to be selective about what you put on the resume. If you force yourself to only do one page, you're having to be very choosy. You have to be very choosy about what to put, what skills to put, what bullets to put. And a resume, again, industry matters here, but a resume, generally speaking, is not supposed to be everything you've done. A resume is supposed to be a slice of what you've done. And so I think having it one page will help you really be selective and choosy. Here, let's look at Alan's original resume before I got involved. Again, so, this is going over to 2 pages. 2 pages isn't, I'll say 2 pages isn't unacceptable. I think 2 pages is something that you might find people advise you that, yeah, it's okay to go over to 2 pages. I just personally, my preference is to try and stick with one. And it makes you be more choosy. But let's talk a little bit about work positions. So in Alan's original work history section, you'll see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections in the work experience. Now, if you look at the new one, the one that we put together, there's 3. There's a couple things that we did. One, on the Avalara experience, this company, you'll see that we combined 2 of the positions: hired social media specialist, final title, social media marketing manager. This is something I like to do, and what it does is it allows you to demonstrate growth at a company through your position title changes, and that could be through promotions or through level ups, or it could be through rebranding, but it's demonstrating some sort of a growth or change that's happening over time. And the second thing it does is it allows you to free up space in your resume and have summary metric bullets that cover both positions. So this is something that I recommend doing if you have multiple positions at the same company in your resume, to bring them together. And it freed up space so we could have these 2 other sections. We ended up, I believe we chose between the literary and digital consultant and the managing web editor. We ended up going with the literary and digital consultant instead of the other one. And so this is something that, again, I think when you have a one-page resume, it's forcing you to make some of those decisions. Which of these positions am I going to put on the resume? And which am I not? In the next videos, we're going to have a couple more videos with Alan, and with Alan's resume, and we're going to be showcasing the education and certifications, as well as contact information and portfolios and that sort of thing. New videos are going to be every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe. A couple other notes about this. Alan is one of a handful of people who have taken advantage of the free resume and career coaching that the free resume help and career coaching that I've been offering recently. If you need help with your resume, or if you're looking for career coaching, leave a comment on the video and I'll follow up. This resume was used for this video with Alan's permission. Thank you, Alan. Again, next video is going to be next Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much.